Live. Hey
Hello,
everyone.
hi everyone.
I think this is a very impromptu session. There's no announcement whatsoever. We just go live as it is today to just chit chat and discuss and have fun. And today I have with me a guest. His name is Lucas. If you have
Hi.
been watching or like been following our page, you would know that Lucas has been a regular guest, right, on our show, and his sharing has always been like so good. And I remember, last time when if not mistaken, last few times he came to my offline event to share. He shared about glove socks right before the March crash happened and then the glove rally. So really appreciate his sharing. And today I am super excited to hear his insights. So today's session will be more casual. We don't really have a fixed topic. It's just me catching up with Lucas to ask him what's happening in the market. And then after that, he will share his feedback, lah. Right? So, Lucas, hi.
Hi everyone. Uh, if you can hear us, maybe you can type in comment or say hi to us, and then we will start our session soon. So I think today is a very casual session. So maybe we will talk about what's happened this year and what's happened recently about market, and maybe I will share some of my view on the upcoming quarter and so on. So I think that recently, U.S. market has been very bullish, right? I mean that. So
Yeah.
if you, yeah,
Specifically, the Nasdaq index has gone up 29 point something percent year to date, man.
yeah, it's very bullish compared to Malaysian market. Malaysian market is like what we say very lembik lah. There's not much fund flow into the share market, and I think that only specific counters or maybe specific industry is going up. Overall market is generally going down lah, in a downtrend for Malaysia. So maybe I will share some view about my thoughts on US market. Okay, as you can see, right, Nasdaq actually consists of few very so-called gigantic technology counters lah, like Microsoft, Google, Facebook, Meta, and also the hottest will be the Nvidia. If you if you look into their share price is like crazy lah this year. It's more than 100. If I'm not wrong, it's more than 150% return in within a year, and this is because of their not because of their result. Their result is going up, is on recovery, but it's on their prospect. Okay, so the CEO chairman say that for their prospect is very very positive. It is because of the AI, the AI team. I think that the AI team has been going for quite some time, and if everybody is chasing for AI to develop their software to develop their kind of a so-called like chat GPT, they need a lot of computing power, which is they need hardware from Nvidia, because they are good at this. That's why the share price has been going up. But one thing is, I think that it's a bit overbought right now. If you look into their so-called valuation in terms of PE, and in terms of their book value, actually it's not that cheap at current level. So if you are looking to trade, maybe yes, but if you are looking to invest, I think that maybe you can look into their history PE, and you give them some premium over the history PE, maybe by 20 to 30%, depends on your analysis. Then that is a point for you to invest. But right now you can see Mingtech already put up the chart. It's around 200 PE, if I'm not wrong, around there, plus minus. So you look into their history PE, actually is around 40 to 50. or even slightly lower, it's around there. So it's already times 4. So when okay, so usually people how they value a company is by PE, right? If you have a PE like 40 to 50, means that in general your company need to grow a year by 30 to 50%. So 40 PE, 40%, 50 PE, 50%. So 200 PE, which means that next year they will need to hit a so-called 200% return over their profit. So whether they can achieve or not, I'm not sure, but it's a bit risky at this kind of valuation for me. So what do you think, Mintek?
Well, actually, is in the just comment, Nasdaq overall has gone up 30%, but I think many people's portfolio maybe didn't go up 30% year to date. Nasdaq
Yeah,
100 X. Yeah, if you look at the chart.
yeah, it's very bullish, and also not only Nvidia and other company like Meta, they also going up, like Netflix, Google, Microsoft. They are been going up, and this is I would think that one of the reason why Nasdaq has been going up uh, quite a lot over this year is because I think that they do provide a certain level of transparency over their profit or certainty over their profit. That's why in this kind of market, people will like to be a bit defensive, or maybe they would like to park their money in big cap counter. Okay, that's why if you look into all the other stocks other than all these big cap, actually they are slightly going down or even flat. So I do have a chart, or you can search online, say that top 10 Nasdaq, what is their weight on the Nasdaq. So I think it's a lot. So which means that if top 10 counter is moving, the whole Nasdaq will be going up. So that's why you see that it's very bullish on Nasdaq. If you are invest in other sector or even a smaller company, actually I don't think that we can achieve such returns lah in a short period of time. So same thing happened to Malaysia, but Malaysia, we don't have any good tech counter in our KLCI. That's why we've been flat or been going down. So that's a different for Malaysia and also US market. So other than US market, I think that Japan market also very bullish. Or I think most of the reason is because of their interest rate still low, and their valuation still low compared to other country. But overall, I think that like Malaysia or like Southeast Asia, or even like Hong Kong and China, they've been going down lah. So just not only just Malaysia. So maybe this will comfort you a bit lah. Okay.
Yeah, and if we look at let's say if I look at QQQ ETF, right, I
Mm-hmm.
would see that actually Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, Nvidia, Google, Meta, Tesla, this has very big weightage in the ETF, right? And if I look at the chart, right, the companies that's been performing very well year to date are also similar companies in the big weightage. So if I compare even with Tesla, right? So this has year to date done really well. And you know what? The similarity that I see between them is these companies, right? Broadcom, I'm not sure. What is does
Broadcom
Broadcom
also
benefit from
also
AI?
also going up. I think it's in Nasdaq as well, if I'm not
But
wrong.
does it benefit from AI in a big way?
Uh, I think that not really, but I
That one
think
I'm
that
not sure. Yeah, but
their
anyway, my point is a big percentage of these companies, individual companies, actually do benefit from AI. So I agree with your point, Lucas, that a big chunk of the rally is because of this AI. Because if you look at more traditional companies, right? Let's say if you look at maybe diversified companies, right, like Berkshire Hathaway, year-to-date return 3.45%. Berkshire
Yep.
Hathaway, right? If you look at PepsiCo, right, 2.32%. So a lot of the rally has been with the big tech that benefited from the AI. So if we personally did not make such high return, I mean, of course, it's to me, I still like angry at myself for not benefiting big on this. I did catch a little bit of Microsoft, but not in a big way. I mean, like ChatGPT in January already, it's like a lot of people know as well. Yeah, but didn't benefit like in a big portfolio, but in a small way, yes. So, guys, what do you guys think? Right? What do you guys think? Do you think we are in a bull market, or you think actually not yet? Just the stocks that benefited from AI move, but a lot of stocks maybe still need to wait. Type in A if you think actually now already started. Type in B if you think maybe still need to wait. Right? Come on, guys. I know it's been a long time since we last do a really long time, Lucas.
Yep.
And then people has also started to be a bit inactive in the market, especially after a year of bear market keep on going down. But I think actually right now is a very interesting period. It's not so common. Yeah, Lucas, what do you think? Is it normal to see that rarely concentrated on a few big names and a lot of companies actually didn't go up much? Is it normal to see that in your experience?
Actually, for this kind of market condition right now is I think it's makes sense lah. It's pretty normal because I think that interest rate has been going up, so people will be very selective on their portfolio. So and some of the fund manager they have their mandates, so they need to keep a portion of shares rather than cash. So if there's not much opportunity out there, maybe they will go defensive and park into all the big cap counters. So for Malaysia also I think also the same. If you look into Malaysia side, actually you will see some of the big fund some of the big cap still performing, and also not much drop in those quality stocks. So I think that the fund will still be out there to support some of the stock in terms of the price. But overall, conditions still weak. I think that the fund is not willing to invest so much in capital market yet. So this is my view on the market right now, lah.
Do you think this is a sign, like maybe the funds at first they are more, last year was very scary, maybe a lot of hope, keep cash. This year maybe seeing the interest rate like maybe nearing the hike, maybe gonna pause soon. They want to start to get back into stock, but not in a big way yet. But they are very selective. They try to pick those that maybe the earnings not so easily affected if there's a recession,
Yeah.
to be more stable. So maybe people are getting back into stock, but they are trying to be careful, watch and see.
Yes,
that.
I think that will be the case. And also one thing is I think that the interest rate won't be dropping any soon. For my in terms of my own perspective, I think that this interest rate this kind of level will remain maybe another year or maybe another 2 years. I this is my personal thoughts on this, because I think that after US announced the PCE index, actually the inflation is quite sticky in a sense, and you will see some like asset is dropping, or commodity price is dropping, but overall like in terms of salary income and maybe some of the food pricing and stuff like that is it's not dropping that much lah. So I think that the money out there will be very conservative. So this is my point of view lah. So in terms of market, I think that the market will be challenging for the upcoming 1 or 2 years, and you need to be very selective, especially don't buy those that don't have profit visibility. So buy those that is defensive and do have some sort of a recurring income lah. So that's my view, and I've been also very defensive. I didn't catch a big wave on this AI trend. I've been very defensive, and in terms of my own portfolio, I think that still on positive ground this year, but not as much as Nasdaq performance. So I do underperform lah. If you want to compare to Nasdaq.
If compared to Nasdaq, I think a lot of people underperform unless we caught the few particular stocks.
Yeah.
Okay, Timothy has an interesting question. He's asking, what do you think of SoFi and PayPal? Do you pay attention to US stocks specifically, like more on the financial technology?
To be honest, I know these two company, but I don't go in depth. So what I can see is the interest rate now is very expensive. So if they can manage to uh, give out a positive P&L, then maybe I think that the share price able to sustain and slowly going up. If they are not and they are still losing money, I think interest rate will be one of the burden to them lah, if they need to keep on raising cash in terms of that. And if they want to do right issue and stuff like that, it's not going to be easy right now. So that's my view lah. Okay.
So my view on SoFi, I'm holding SoFi. So my view on SoFi, especially after the recent result, I'm quite. So just to be clear that this is a casual discussion between me and Lucas, and by no means we are not making any investment advice whatsoever. Please don't use anything we share here for your decision. So very clear, no investment advice, disclaimer, just discussion only, right? So anyway, for SoFi, I personally, right, think that they are making good progress. It's a company that raised money back in via SPAC listing, if not mistaken. Right, could be wrong on that. On the raising money part. But I see the progress that they've been making. I think there's a possibility that could be positive in terms of net income. That means profitable by end of the year, by Q4, right? 2023. So that's why I'm highly looking forward to seeing the result. But what will happen to the share price? I don't know lah. PayPal, on the other hand, right? I haven't gone in deep into PayPal, so I can't comment too much versus like SoFi, which I'm holding. PayPal, I will feel that, one thing is there is a lot of companies coming up with fintech related technology or apps. Are they able to stay relevant in this kind of market with the changing conditions? So that is something to consider. But both SoFi and PayPal, I think potentially one of the reasons why the share price has gone down has to do with the interest rate environment. When it's low interest rate environment, people may go for growth companies. Moreover, that time it's a lot of people stay at home looking at the internet, using a lot of internet. Now the trend has normalized, right? Even Sea Limited, which owns Garena, right? Also see Garena's revenue decline quarter on quarter. I think that's also due to the people going back to real life normalization. Now it's going back to normalization. And I think the key with this investing in growth companies is to really make sure which one is really able to be profitable at the end. Like Sea Limited has already been profitable, right? So which one is really can make money on at the end, and which one is just like business model unproven? So that has to be considered. Number two is the interest rate environment, right? That's important because that affects the valuation and the funding, whether they can raise funds. Okay.
And another thing is, I think the market for the fintech market has been very crowded right now. For me, I think that is very challenging for them to stay up and be ahead of the game. So I think even like Malaysia, last time, I think that one of the great example in the market is last time people use credit card. So like credit card terminal machine, this kind of company, they are doing well, okay, because people are not using the so-called the apps like the Maybank apps or Touch and Go apps, Grab, this kind of app yet. That's why they are able to earn some money. So after that, after all these so-called uh, apps been launched in the market and people start using this, I think that generally the demand for the credit card machine will be slightly lower right now, or even they are not performing. But definitely, if you are looking into specific company, if there is some problem happen with our Malaysia, one of the company lah, but I can't use that as an example. But overall, market has been slowing down for this kind of uh, uh, the credit card terminal machine. So for fintech company, or this kind of so-called all-round fintech company that offer different kind of products in their apps, actually uh, Malaysia also offering right now. It's like, for example, Touch and Go apps. You can buy insurance. You can pay your utilities bill and stuff like that. So I think that it's not something that is unique and you have a competitive advantage over other peers. So you need to be very careful. If somebody that have a lot of money to come out and to snatch the market share, then you have a problem lah if you invest in this kind of company.
But just asking, curious, Lucas, if Touch and Go is listed,
Mm-hmm.
specifically the e-wallet business, would you consider to invest in it?
Uh, um, I wouldn't comment anything right now because I haven't seen their P&L yet, and I haven't seen their prospect, and don't know what they're going to do with their company yet. But for me, it's a bit crowded, and you need to spend a lot of money to gain the market share. Just like last time, e-commerce, you need to really spend money to burn and to really earn that pool of clients. So
But do you
for
think
me,
Touch and Go has a little bit of advantage there, being so many people been using Touch and Go card already? So would they?
okay, for me right now is if they're going to list Touch and Go, right, they are not going to list at a discounted price. They're going to list at a premium price, include maybe the next few years kind of growth into their valuation. So I don't think there will be much uh, for me to invest in lah. Okay, they really realize their value in terms of maybe share price. So for me, I will still look at it. Very interesting business model, and but this kind of company is not cheap. I would say, like for example, Mr. DIY, for example, even like Farm Fresh, they are not cheap lah when they listed in the market. Not much, not
Okay,
much lah.
so where do you see opportunity in this market now?
For
Let's talk about focus on. Let's say if we focus on Malaysia, where do you see opportunity?
Okay, for me, it's like I say just now, profit visibility and also defensive. So in terms of market right now, what you can see is there's only few sector that give you so called profit transparency lah. One is aviation market, aviation industry, which is airlines. But the airline has been going up a lot, not only in Malaysia, only in like Singapore, SIA, and other country. I think that the value the price already factor in the value. So I think limited upside for them because they already so-called maximize their supply. So if you invest early this year, then definitely congratulations, especially like company like AsiaX. Okay, so personally, I don't invest in this kind of company because I don't like they are heavily in debt, and because of this bias lah, so I missed out a big chunk of profit lah. But anyway, you get that kind of idea lah. So other than aviation, maybe you look into something that last time affected by the raw material price by a lot. Okay, because of the raw material price going up, they are not able to earn that height of profit margin. Now the raw material price is coming down, and they are able to earn uh, more. They are able to perform right now. For example, one of the uh, very hot topic is utilities like Tenaga, like YTL Power. Okay, they have been going up. Not only the raw material price, definitely I think that the consumption of the energy also going up, and they have selling electricity to Singapore as well lah. So that's why the share price going up. So you see that there's a so-called profit visibility. That's why market or even fund they like this kind of counter. So right now it's been going up a lot. So this is not a buy call. This is just a case study. Okay, I just need to mention this again. So you need to look into what kind of an industry that give you profit visibility for the next upcoming quarter, or even for the next half a year, or even until next year. So this is for for you to figure out any teams that the that will go up for the for the future lah. So we no need to look into maybe next 2 3 years. We just need to look into next 6 months to 1 year. Okay, that's my point. Maybe I would like to ask our audience to maybe suggest few of the industry. Maybe we can discuss and see whether we can come up with some interesting idea, or maybe Mintek, you can give us some idea so we can discuss as well.
Yeah, I just look at the stocks that you shared just now, the performance year to date. Wow. Asia X went up 200%, YTL went up 78%. Wow. So you see, one thing interesting I see, I think the index, sometimes if you just focus on index, you may be missing out on the picture. If you see year
Yeah,
to
yeah, of
date,
course.
index went down, how much? 5.59%. But actually, there are stocks that perform, and just we need to find the sectors.
Yes,
Uh,
yes.
what do you
I
think
was
about the semicon industry? Given that Intel, has decided to invest in such a big way in Penang.
I will say that Malaysia, uh, we are so-called on the midstream. We are not on the upstream in terms of semicon industry, and we don't have any proprietary technology. So most of the company are doing like OSAT or ATE. Okay, so and we don't have a lot of exposure. Our exposure on AI is actually quite limited. So you know that Nvidia, they produce their chip is produced by TSMC, and we don't really have any company that is related to TSMC except for Franken. Franken do have projects in TSMC. Other than that, we don't see any projects. Most of our OSAT company, they have projects from like Broadcom, Wolfspeed, or this kind of company. So mainly they are developing like RF chip, and chip other than those so-called like the Apple chips lah. So I think that most likely we are rely on like retail consumer products, or even like EV cars, automotive industry, this kind of industry. So we'll need to closely monitor this kind of demand on automotive, on maybe like medical products, Okay, these are the thing that we can focus on lah. And also definitely one of the future proof chips will be the silicon carbide, which
You think that
produce.
is good?
Yeah, definitely it's good. It's a bit expensive right now, but I think that the price will come down eventually. So and for the silicon carbide, actually is very good products and durable. So it's good to use in automotive industry or even like aviation industry. So maybe you can look up on this. Any company that are into this. So maybe when the share price is weak, then maybe you can start to collect. Definitely, tech counters will be recovering. Just when only. So I don't have any idea when the technology counters or the semicon industry in Malaysia will recover, but definitely one day will. So I think that it's good to have some exposure on tech counters lah. So, but that's my point of view.
NTPM, do you have any insights on NTPM?
NTPM. Okay, NTPM actually, I need to read through the P&L, the QR result. I think that
Seems like they have some changes in the
yes,
shareholding.
yes, I think that the raw material price is going down, but right now is the market is a bit selective. Okay, so if you are looking to invest in this kind of counter, maybe you will need to hold on for a while. Okay, so it's like by Malaysia fund is so limited that you can see that this industry going up, that this industry will going down. So when the fund switch into other industry, then the other industry, the share price will go down. So for NTPN, it's a bit unique. The market, the raw material price definitely going down. So I think there will be an increase in their margin, but the product is defensive. So there we will see a rise in the product lah, in near term. So the demand will be very consistent. Just that they will need to uh, uh, deliver a better result for the share price to go up some more lah, or for people to notice and invest in this kind of company.
Okay. Woon, HK Woon says, sir, can give some comment on E&O? This one maybe, because if you want to comment, you can comment. But
Okay, I don't comment on E&O because I not in depth into this company, but surprisingly, right, like Marsing, they deliver quite a good result recently. Okay, so I also asked few of my friends who is doing all this property agent and even like lawyers. I asked them, so how's the property market right now? Actually, they say property market is okay. There's no drop in property market. People still buying houses. So I think that for property company, actually, you'll be surprised that even the interest rate has been going up. People still buy house. Maybe not that much because Malaysia didn't go up to 5%. Okay, so interesting to see that.
So E&O specifically, I mean, I look at the company, their project in the Andaman Island, Upasik Journey. I think the first project, the Mac, has been selling very well, right? Then after that, they launched a new project recently. Not sure how's the result. So if people say like property market is very bad, from what I see, I think it depends on the kind of property that you are launching and does it meet the market need. I think there's still demand. It's just whether the supply is the right supply to meet the demand. People still need home to, I mean, like young people, like working family, they have a family, they still may want to buy a house, right? Even if the interest rate is high now, but if there is a need to have a house, I think not everybody will be like calculating, oh, interest rate is 6% now. Hence, I think some people, they may, I need a house, I buy a house. Maybe they don't think so much, about interest.
One more thing is I think that if you visit Penang, I think the last few years until this year, actually, I think Penang got that kind of potential in terms of property development because all the so-called foreign funds, foreign big company has been coming into Penang to set up their factory, like Lam Research, like Intel, like Western Digital. So I think that in terms of population, they do need a lot of talent supply in Penang. So I think that if I'm not wrong, right, I have one friend told me that Intel is hiring fresh grade at a 5.5K this kind of rate. So I think that I think Penang people got that kind of spending power right now lah. So I don't think it's a problem for them to buy house. So maybe you can look into it if you are into property market. I don't know because I'm staying in KL, so I'm not familiar with Penang. Or if you are a Penang person and you have some great idea, I don't mind listen. Okay, maybe we can invest as well.
Yeah. Gurpreet, say comments on Naga Police, Naga Corp, I assume, right? I think we need to look at the Hong Kong market lah. Yeah, maybe now is a nice time, taking this opportunity. Let's talk about like what's going on with Hang Seng Index, because if you look at Nasdaq, it's like wow, up, year to date going up like 30%. Sorry, 29 point something percent. Whereas Hang Seng Index, despite the reopening of of China, it actually went down year to date. So why do you think so? In fact,
I think most likely will be the political issue lah.
mm,
I don't comment much about politics, but if you are following the news, political news in the market, I think pretty bad things happen. A lot of sanction happening, not only in technology, in others as well. And also one of my friends, he do some business with the China side. They say that China economy actually is not that great, and the so-called so so-called the youngsters lah, they've been, I think more than 20% they are out of job. Okay, so the labor market is quite pretty bad right now. So I didn't go and fact find, but this is the story that I heard, and I do saw that some news also say that people are moving out from city back to all the uh, minor state, or even to their so-called kampong lah. So this is how bad it is. Maybe in China, I don't know. If you just back from China, maybe you can comment something about this.
As for Naga Corp, their business is mainly in Cambodia, but they, in the past, before the pandemic, they do have quite a few China tourists coming from China, and I think they are coming back, but don't know how fast is the recovery. But if let's say, like Lucas say, if that is the case, then maybe spending power of
Is
the
dropping.
Chinese tourists, could be a concern for Naga Corp as well. But one thing I take relief on is Naga Corp is already profitable lah. And I think it's about how fast is the recovery. Another concern will be whether they can make it in time to pay their debt with the self-generate the bond that is coming to maturity with self-generated cash flow. To be seen how they're gonna manage the situation. But yeah, that is just my understanding. No buy sell recommendation whatsoever. Kim Chun, right? Can you share more about the debt ceiling? Seems like we had a deal, right? Is it like we?
I think that they come up with a deal, but I think need to still pass through Congress, and wait for the vote. I think overall should be no problem. I think even the market already factor in this news. Actually, this
I
news
also
is
do not expect a big reaction from market if this is extended. It's sort of like it's supposed to be, it's
yeah,
like
supposed to be passed through this thing .
in 10 years I've been investing, this debt ceiling thing, I think this is the third time as far as
It's
my
not,
memory of like
it's not something new.
negotiation. Yeah, back in 2000 something 14 or something like that, 13 or 14. Also, there was one time, there was a worry about debt ceiling. Not sure whether it's around that time, but I remember early in my career, there's also the concern, spending, if there's deficit, yeah, if the country is in deficit, then you may need to borrow more money to continue the next year. So I think it's about negotiating to see how to better control the spending, where to spend the money. Then after that, they may raise a debt, lah, right?
I think so. Yeah, most likely will be the case lah. See where to cut their spending. So I think maybe they will increase tax for the wealthy people. I don't know.
I think in
So
Malaysia, we are quite fortunate because I think okay lah, pro and con, we are not that much. What do you think? I don't really feel that we are that much badly affected as of now. I don't know whether in the future how, or with the slowdown in the world, all this, it seems like we are okay. But the thing is, our recovery hasn't been like super like it's not like we have a property super bull market as in the US in the past 2-3 years, right? It's also not like there is like so much easy money going on everywhere. I don't feel that lah. What's your thought?
I think that generally Malaysian are quite well off. Not that we are poor lah. Okay, I think we are okay, and I think that the cash deposit in Malaysia actually increased by 50% within 2 years. So I think that I think a lot of people has money in their banks. They are not spending it, and also because right now investing is actually getting easier. You are able to just open an account and invest uh, in US market in other country. That's why I think in terms of a share market, money is not floating in Bursa. But I think that other than share market, right, property market seems okay. Especially I think I've been visiting some of my friends in Penang, and also I heard some story in JB as well, Johor Bahru as well. All the factory, the shop lot, the price has been going up 20-30%.
Wow.
So I think I think the market still quite alive, and people are trying to find all sorts of business to run. I think Malaysia market still okay. Other than if you are full time investor, maybe uh, you have some trouble generating returns lah. But other than that, I think generally the market is okay. So any businessman in our chat right now, our live right now, maybe you can give some comment on your business or on your sector. So
Yeah. Guys, you guys can comment while we go ahead to the next question. Elaine Teo asks, how about REITs share? Is it worth buying REIT share?
For me, REITs is definitely a very defensive industry, and for me, I will focus on maybe industrial REITs and also shopping mall REITs, because definitely there's some recovery over shopping mall REITs like IGB, Pavilion REITs. I think the dividend yield also coming back up. Other than that, I think maybe like if you are looking at office REITs, right? Malaysia office actually is a bit oversupply lah for me. So I'm not interested in shopping REIT. Sorry, in office REITs. So if you are looking at shopping REITs, maybe it's okay. Then this will depends on your investment strategy and your investment motive lah. If you are looking to uh, have a dividend strategy, then it's okay. But if you are looking at growth, then REITs is a very boring industry. So it really depends on you. But I think that a lot of people they don't want to hold a share for so long, and they want to see a fast return in their portfolio. So this kind of share could be very boring.
JX Liu asks, "Hi Ming Tek, any comment on Microsoft?" So Microsoft, I bought early this year. Anyway, I think maybe I don't want to comment whether I bought or sold it. But guys, just to share also, I bought very little only in Microsoft and I sold it, I think on last week, right? But anyway, please have to be very clear. This one is not about it's good or why. I have my own reason, right? But I think Microsoft early this year when I see it, so I'm sharing as a case study. Please don't use this information to make any decision whatsoever. Early this year, I saw the rise of ChatGPT, and I know backend they are using Microsoft Azure Cloud, and I think Azure Cloud, when I look at it, Azure Cloud has been the driver of Microsoft growth even before this. And I think if people want to jump on the AI and they want their things, their data stored, there's some kind of AI, hosting it, they may be needing this Azure, especially if ChatGPT is very good, very quality. So more people may be using Azure, and I think this will drive their growth moving forward, make it improve competitive advantage, improve the growth, and potentially for years to come, right? Yeah, so that's what I see. And at the time when I bought it, the PE was historically not high, right? Actually, even right now I won't be commenting anything. I think it's sensitive, so I don't want to comment anything about Microsoft, the other sectors of Microsoft, or any other things about Microsoft now. Yeah, yeah. Oh, do you have
I
anything to chip in, Lucas?
I totally agree with you, Mintek. I think that usage of a cloud will be definitely much greater. Will become. I think that the cloud industry will have a exponential growth in upcoming few years or even decades to go lah. Because the data that like those autonomous and AI, they consume a lot of data, and they are using, like you say, cloud service or cloud center to store their data. So I think that there's only few industry that is confirmed will grow is energy usage. Okay, no matter it's a renewable energy or traditional energy, you need to use more electricity to generate all this computing power. Second is cloud storage. I think this will definitely grow as well. And definitely third will be, like you say lah, the AI. If they are able to help the industry or help any of the company to maximize their work or make their work so efficient, their growth will be exponential as well lah. So I think that it's a very interesting next 10 years to come. So you will definitely see maybe like another Nvidia, another Tesla coming out by using the AI to transform their industry lah. So very interesting. So if you're able to catch that kind of idea, maybe it's the idea that the share that you can hold for long term lah, and achieve a very good returns or
And
even higher.
Yeah, and I look at AI, metaverse, and let's say crypto these three. The one that I'm most excited on in near term will be AI because AI has more. The way I see it, especially for big companies, it's big companies already having so many users, so many data. Because AI requires a lot of data. The more data you have, maybe the better it becomes. They can learn very fast, very well, and implement them faster. So I think AI may benefit the existing big companies a lot, and maybe I don't know, right? Maybe there will be some new companies that come up to because of this AI trend and become big. But so far, I'm seeing those that can really benefit in a big way are those big companies that caught this early on and really, really, yeah, using
Yeah,
what
I think so too. I think that it's all about productivity. So like previously, Meta they introduced the VR, the AI world. That one, I'm a bit not sure, because people has not been proving that this thing might work. But AI you can use in a lot of industry. Like for example, you can use at plantation. You can use in automotive. If I'm not wrong, BMW is using the AI as well to improve their efficiency in their factory line. And I think that even plantation, you can increase your harvest or your production by specific kind of AI calculation lah. I'm not in depth on that, but definitely they will be useful lah. So I think AI will definitely increase productivity in every sector. Even like utility usage or energy usage. By AI calculation, you can channel the electricity to certain place that have a higher demand or stuff like that. Then will increase your efficiency. This kind of thing, AI will help.
maybe even like let's say if I have retail stores, I don't want so much wastages and maybe
Yeah,
can
yeah,
use
yes. Definitely, it's a big help. That's why I think AI trend will be more sustainable than so-called VR or crypto lah. Because
it may be sort of like the internet, you know. At first, the ones that went up and benefited greatly are those that are internet business. But at the end of the day, it's like almost like it touched a lot of things, and a lot of things maybe
yeah. Correct,
productivity increase, they make more profit, become more efficient. So that's why also in the longer term, I'm still optimistic about the world. But of
Of
course,
course.
be selective about the market. Lah. I think there could be still be growth driven by AI. AI is a big story to
Mm.
me. Lah. Um,
I think that like you see, those big company will be stronger lah by using AI. So
And actually, I
maybe
think this is like the next 10, 20 years is like golden period, man. You imagine if one day AI is so good, the companies are so good and a lot of things can be automated, maybe a lot of job could be replaced. And ended up is like it could be like people that owns the company that is using this AI are getting a lot of the profits. People that need a job, you know, the gap, if we are always just an employee looking for a job, 20 years later could be challenging if a lot of things can be autonomous.
I think yes and no. Some job scope can be replaced, but definitely there will be more job created. Maybe like in AI industry, so you need to adapt to new kind of environment lah. So equip yourself with new kind of knowledge. I think it's very important lah. So
Need to
this
keep
is
on
for
learn
me.
new things.
Yeah.
Don't resist. Okay, I think last question before we call it a day. Okay, Coco one say, guys, by the way, if you enjoyed this sharing, give us a love. Give us a love, love reaction, right? And if it's good, then maybe we'll do more in the future because I think it's a good sharing. Don't know for what reason why we become more even active over time, but hope to start back again if you guys like love this. So give us a love. So Coco one say, can you please provide some insight to Malaysian construction companies? This one I think Lucas will be more suited to talk about it. For me, I don't really monitor that many construction company. There are one that I see has a lot of order book and has quite nice result. But really, I don't have too much visibility. Specifically, I think Coco is mentioning about infrastructure. So has it got to do with budget? The
Yes,
countries
I
that
think definitely. I think construction counter is very easy. If there's any infrastructure project announced by government, then you'll see share price moving lah. If it's not, then I think the share price will be stagnant lah. So people are expecting the HSR project will be announced by this year, but there's not much news yet. People expected on February, but didn't really come out. So we need to wait for that lah. So if it's not, then I think that market is generally nothing much.
Okay, Lucas, any closing words? Anything you want our audience to remember from our today's conversation? Anything you want to share to them moving forward?
I think definitely stay invest, and because the market is quiet right now, you have more time to do research, to learn new thing about investment, and try to read more about company quarter result. It will really help you to analyze what kind of industry you want to invest in. And also, if you are free on next Saturday and Sunday, please visit Invest Fair in Mid Valley. On Sunday, I will be one of the speaker in Invest Fair. So if you are free, maybe you can drop by and say hi. All right. So that's all for me tonight. And anything for you to say?
That's all, right? Hope you have a great time, this upcoming weekend. And, thank you everyone for tuning in. Hope you guys have a good result in your investment in the year, in this year and in the future. All right. Thank you everyone. Have a good
All right.
evening.